What's up, everybody? How's it going tonight? Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thanks for the cheers. Appreciate it. Yes, thank you. It's always wonderful to hear from all of you out there. Thank you so much. Welcome back to another amazing episode of Sports Frenzy. This week, it is Season 8, Episode 9 coming to you guys. And I don't know why I felt like starting off the show like that. It kind of reminded me of an old wrestling pro, how Hulk Hogan used to come on the show. He'd always like show off. I see I had my cut off sleeve, so he always comes out with his 24-inch python showing. So I don't know why. I just felt like doing that this week. But anyway, we are back. Season 8, Episode 9. Let me hear it. So how's everybody doing? Hope everybody is well and doing great out there. We're doing pretty good. Wanted to take a moment to let you guys know, as you can see, once again, I'm not in the regular studio surroundings. Got some good reasons for that, but I'm going to leave you guys hanging on that until next week when I'll probably break some news on that for you guys. So I'm not going to tell you what's going on with the studio this week other than it's pretty much a mess right now. So, but I have some news that I'm going to break here on Sports Frenzy next week for you guys. So stay tuned. Got to keep you guys guessing a little bit for next week's episode. I also wanted to tell you guys that I will be going over the recapping last week's show, Season 8, Episode 8's shows, results from last week. And, you know, this is becoming an ongoing problem with some of the later games and stuff where I'm actually not getting the recap show shot, as you guys have noticed, until the new Picks edition. So I wanted to ask you guys a little bit how you feel about that. I know my friends over there at Laura Haviland don't mind so much because I actually see your guys' sheets. And I'm able to give you guys the scores and get those sheets back over to your programs. But for all my other programs that watch Sports Frenzy, I got to know how you guys feel about this a little bit. And you guys, my Laura Haviland friends, can weigh in on this too. I've been thinking about, because I know basically we're all so busy during the regular part of the week. I don't know if you have time to actually fit in the recap show yourselves. It's getting harder for me to film the recap show separate from the Picks edition. But I want to know how you guys feel about that. Do you want to see me just go ahead and continue to recap last week's shows on the Picks edition as I've been doing it lately? Or do you want to see me getting back to shooting a regular recap show and sending it out to you guys like on a Monday or whatever so that you can watch it during that time? I don't know. I know during the week my classroom doesn't really have a lot of time to watch extra videos like that on top of all the other work we're all doing. So I'm just curious to how the rest of you programs feel about it. If you could let me know through my school email, or if you see me in the hallways and you want to talk to me about it, I'm more willing to answer questions. Or you guys know, most of you guys know my email address, tim.cole@lisd.us for all my co-workers. Or you can, for those of you who are watching the show, otherwise you can send out an email to, it's sportsfrenzy1@hotmail.com. Or you can use our Twitter feed and leave responses. It's at sportsfrenzy1 is our Twitter feed. Or you can go to the YouTube page and leave a comment too. That's Coach Cole Sports Frenzy 1. So yeah, there's a couple of different ways you can get a hold of me and let me know your feelings on that. I surely would greatly appreciate. I love your guys' input. You know that. This show is just as much about you guys as it is for me doing the show. So anything you got to add to the show, I greatly appreciate that. Your input has been very helpful to me. So thank you. Give yourself another round of applause for everything you guys do for the show as well. Yes. I try to make this thing as interactive as possible, and I can't do it without you guys. So thank you. So with that being said, for this week, the Picks edition, I threw the question out there that, do you guys want to see some more playoff action? And I got unanimous feedback on that. Did you guys? Yes, you want to follow the Michigan Athletic Association football games. So we have, by request, all the Division 6 and Division 7 games that are being played this week. But before we get into all that, I need to recap last week's show for you guys. So let's get into it. Let's do this. All right, so for Season 8, Episode 8, recapping last week's games. Our first game is NCAA, Michigan Athletic Association's high school football playoffs. This was round 2 of the playoffs. This first game was Division 6, a rematch of the regular season, and it was our first 3-point bonus game. And Onstead came out on top, putting an end to the Columbia Central Golden Eagles football season, 27-17. So Blissfield moves on. Congratulations, though, to Columbia Central, you guys, and making it to the playoffs. Can't be disappointed. You had a good run this year, so congratulations goes out to you guys. We'll be looking forward to see what you guys can do next season. Moving on to Division 7, we had St. Mary's Catholic getting a tearjerker last-second field goal over Hudson, 19-16, putting their playoffs to an end. In a heartbreaker. My buddy, sideline reporter Rich Hollowell, was practically in tears. He was devastated over that one. All right, our next 3-point bonus game saw EPBP, Cindy Crone's school. If Cindy's watching out there tonight, I don't know, but she usually tunes into the show, so shout out to Cindy Crone. Her team is moving on in the playoffs against beating Cass City 18-14. Moving on to NCAA football action. Michigan, the greatest college of all time, getting a huge win over Minnesota, having them roll the boat home and keeping the brown jug 33-10. Go Blue. Michigan State. Holy smokes. Not a Michigan State fan. You guys know this clearly that I am not a fan of Michigan State. But they got done what I didn't, and I'll be the first to admit, I did not believe they could do this. They beat Penn State 27-24. Big win for them. Next up we have Alabama remaining undefeated against LSU 24-10. USC getting it done against Arizona 49-35. Adrian College getting a win over Olivet, 33-22. And Siena Heights stomping Lindenwood into the ground, 48-0. Hillsdale College getting a huge win against Malone, 45-7. Moving into hockey action, the Grand Rapids Griffins fall to the Wolves, 2-0. Let's see. The Toledo Walleye, they get a win over Kalamazoo K-Wings, 5-2. And Adrian College gets it done in hockey over Lawrence, 5-1. Oops, wrong page there. Oh, the Grand Rapids Griffins game, I did not get my squeaker game because that was 2-0. So one goal or less would have been my squeaker in that one. Michigan hockey losing to Ferris State, 3-2 in overtime. The St. Louis Blues getting it done over Toronto, 6-4. The Detroit Red Wings beating the Edmonton Oilers, 4-0. In past NBA action, the red-hot Detroit Pistons getting it done against Milwaukee, 105-96. And the red-hot Boston Celtics getting it done against Oklahoma, 101-94. And the San Antonio Spurs getting a win over Charlotte, 108-101. And your NASCAR action from last week, we have Kevin Harvick getting first place, and Martin Truex Jr. taking second, and Danny Hamlin coming in at third. And that, folks, takes care of the recap part of the show. All right, we're going to move into this week's games. Jump right into action this week. Let's hear it for the one remaining Lenawee County / local school that's still in the playoffs. Blissfield. Yes, Blissfield is still in the playoffs. So congratulations to them. For that matter, at this point, any team that's left playing, give them a shout out. Still quite a few teams in it, just not too many local teams, and we'll be covering some of that for you in just a second here. Get the sheets out. So the part that was confusing me a little bit this week when I started putting out sheets, I put what I thought was the home team, but isn't necessarily the home team. In fact, I may have to go on the website and update, see here, because they weren't, when I filled out our sheets, they weren't being real clear on who the home team was and who the away team was and where these games were being played. So I'm going to pull that up here real quick and see if we can figure that out. Do Michigan football playoffs. High school playoffs. See what this gives me. So I try, as you guys know, I try to do my sheets early in the week, and not everything is up to 100% accuracy by the time I film the show. So right now we're going to take a look here on the Michigan Athletic Association page. I just want to make sure I have all these games as accurate as possible here for you. Okay. So look, it's looking like these first games. All right, a couple of these I might have to correct for you guys a little bit. But again, I apologize for that because a lot of this information for these games were a little off. All right, so it appears this first game I do have right. So let's get this one going. And these do appear to be Friday night games. Game times local. Yeah, it says, okay, yep. Okay, I am actually going to have to correct. So I have a couple of time changes for you guys as well. They've changed some of this stuff on me just since I put out this information, so this is breaking to me too. But this first game is right so far. So we have in Division 6 action, 7 p.m. kickoff for this game. And this week I've made this your first 3-point bonus game. So let's do this. It's your first three-point bonus game. It's your first three-point bonus game. It's your first 3-point bonus game. Yes, it is. We have the 7 wins and 4 losses. The Blissfield Royals. They're on the road this week, traveling to Warren, Michigan Collegiate. This is going to be a battle. These guys have 12 wins and 0 losses. They are undefeated. It's going to make it very difficult for Blissfield. But Blissfield has stepped up and taken on some challenging teams this year. I'm going to support the Royals. I'm going to stay local. Go Blissfield. I've got Blissfield for the win. So my next game, I'm going to check this one out while we're on here. Jackson. Okay, so it appears this is reversed order of what I thought it was. So I'm going to say this backwards so you guys, it's going to look different on the paper, but you'll get the point. So Jackson Luma Christi is not the home team. Jackson Luma Christi has 9 wins and 1 loss. They're actually on the road to this I don't even know how to pronounce this. Watervliet. Maybe the V is silent. I don't know. They have 11 wins and 1 loss. This game is actually being wow, this game is going to be on while we're still in school, guys. This is a 1 o'clock game. 1 p.m. game. That's crazy. So Waterloo has 11 and 1. Really, and I've done no research on these schools. I'm not familiar with either one of them. But just because I feel like it's closer to my area, I think I'm going to go Jackson Luma Christie for the win, even though their record isn't quite as good. Okay, this next game is also different from my sheet. So we have Ithaca. I'm going to change it around here. Oh, yeah, Ithaca. I said Ithaca. It's Ithaca. Sorry. Ithaca, actually, is the name of the school. They have 11 wins and 0 losses. They are traveling to Montego. I'm terrible with these names. Montego, I'm going to go with. 11 wins and 0 losses. Montego. No, if it wasn't for the fact that this is going to be a battle, I should have probably chosen this game as my squeaker game of the week, because this could be a close one. Again, I'm very unfamiliar with these teams, so I'm truly kind of winging it this week with my picks. I think I'm going to go Ithaca for the win. This could go down as one of Coach Cole's worst picks possibly ever this week with these games. Okay, we are going to see. Let's see. Oh, wait a second. That game is a 1 o'clock game as well. Seems weird to me that a couple of teams are playing during a school day, during school hours.
Are you sure it's not on Saturday?
But this appears to be the case. All right, so next up we have... How about that? I got this game right. Okay. Traverse City St. Francis. Traverse City St. Francis has 10 wins and 1 loss. Again, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Comes down to the best of the best remaining, I guess, because this team, they're traveling to Millington. Millington has 10 wins and 1 loss. I've been picking a lot of the games on the right-hand side, so I think just because I'm really just winging it here, I'm going to choose Traverse City St. Francis for the win. That moves us into Division 7 action. see what we got going on here in Division 7 action. So this first game we got... I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you guys. That game, the Traverse City game and Milligan game, is a 7 p.m. kickoff, so that one is still right on track. Let's see. So we got St. Mary's Catholic. Okay, I've got this one correct. St. Mary's Catholic have 7 wins and 1 loss. They are on the road, traveling to Madison Heights. Madison Heights has 11 wins and 0 losses. This game is at $7 p.m. I think I'm going to go Madison Heights, who has 11 wins and 0 losses. This one. All right, Cindy Crone's team is up in action, and let me make sure this game I have correct. I do have this one correct also, but this is also a 1 p.m. kickoff. But it's also your 3 points. 3 points. It's your other 3-point bonus game. Yeah. First up, we have. Here we go. Another game. Another name for me to butcher. Pewamo, Westphalia. Pewamo, Westphalia. I'm sorry if I'm totally butchering your guys' name. They have 10 wins and 1 loss. But it doesn't matter anyway because they are traveling to Cindy Crone School, who happens to be really good. That's right, the EPBP Lakers. They have 10 wins and 1 loss. I'm going with Cindy Crone's Lakers, baby. So that's a 1 p.m. kickoff for that game. So most of us will still be in school as that game starts. And our next game, let me check on this one. Well, how about that? I actually have this one correct as well. This will be a 7 p.m. kickoff. We have Saugatuck. 8 wins and 3 losses. And they are traveling to it's Beatty Casapolis Rangers. But it's Beatty High is what the school is called. I guess this is their name though, so it's a little confusing. But they have 10 wins and 1 loss. I'm not feeling this one as an upset or anything. I'm going to go with Beatty. You know, if I would have been if I had more technology under my wings or whatever here, what would be fun to do is find these cities on the Michigan map, put a Michigan map behind me and have all the cities marked out on there, which one is where and where they're at, because I have no idea where a lot of these places are. All right, our last playoff action high school football game of the week for Division 7. Let's see if this one is right. Oh, I got... wait, no. Yeah, I did. I messed up this one. All right, this is a 1 p.m. game. But we have Breckenridge, who has 10 wins and 1 loss. And they are traveling to the Lake City Trojans, who have 12 wins and 0 losses. I've got to go with the Lake City Trojans for the win. And again, this is a 1 p.m. game. So get your picks in early, guys, so there's no cheating. Oh, my goodness. Whew. That was a lot going on for playoff football action there. Gosh, I feel like I need a drink from this week's sponsor. This week's sponsor is Simply Lemonade, one of Coach Cole's favorite drinks. This particular flavor is one of my favorite flavors. Blueberry. Cool and refreshing. And it's 11% juice and no filler garbage. It's all the good stuff. There's no high fructose corn syrup or anything in this stuff. Cool, refreshing Simply Lemonade. It comes in blueberry, raspberry, and regular flavor. Go out and get you some Simply Lemonade today. All right, we're going to move into NCAA football action. This will be a lot less complicated because these games are where they're at right now. So make this a little bit easier on you guys. Hopefully that playoff action didn't confuse you too much. A lot going on in playoff football. Makes it a little hard. But you know what? You guys wanted it. I don't mind doing it. So we'll try to follow some of those games throughout the rest of the season until, you know what? I don't know, though. Well, we'll follow them as long as we can follow them for anyway. So moving into NCAA football action. Saturday games, starting off with the greatest college ever. That's right. Michigan go blue, baby. Go blue. Go blue for life. This first game, we have the 8 wins, 2 losses. The world's greatest college, University of Michigan. Go blue. Go blue. Go, go, go blue. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go blue. They're on the road this week. They are traveling to Maryland, who has 4 wins, 5 losses. Maryland, 4 wins, 5 losses. This is a 3:30 kickoff on the Big Ten Network. Now, guys, I'm hearing some really crazy stuff coming out of Maryland. Like, their football team is, like, severely beat up. I've heard they're actually, one of the rumors, not really a rumor, I've seen some reports online about this, that they're actually going to be playing their 4th string quarterback this week. So, yeah, I honestly, you know, being in seriousness and trying to talk about the odds of the games, I don't really see Michigan having any problem this week with Maryland. In fact, we may get to see some of the guys coming off the bench and maybe even some other quarterbacks playing for Michigan this week. Which, I like seeing that kind of stuff. I like to see what we got talent-wise. I like to see it when the younger guys and some of the newer guys get to come out and play. So, for me, it's go blue, of course. This next game, this next team, these next two teams. We have those who love them. It's the green team out of Lansing. I'll say their name because we have a lot of Michigan State fans that watch the show, and I'm trying to be nicer and show a little love, even though you took our trophy this year. 7 wins, 2 losses, Michigan State. They're on the road this week, traveling to that school down below us, that that one place, the one down that goes down here, the one that is always will be below both our Michigan teams. That's right, that other school. They get no respect on this show, none whatsoever. In fact, they don't even get a logo. Yes, I am that mean. You don't get a logo on my show. Hopefully that don't offend any. I don't think we have any fans on the show, but I would almost guarantee they wouldn't watch this show. But I could be wrong, though. I could be, I haven't got any hate mail yet, so nobody's, nothing that way for me. Either way, this is, in the past, this has always been a throwaway game for me. Two teams I could, when they play each other, I say I could care less. So this is a defer game for me. I'm not picking. Oh, and you'll notice, this is a 12 o'clock game on Fox. And you'll notice the other team's record is, I don't care. No love on this show. No love. I used to, my little rant about this, guys, I used to somewhat say, and again, it's none of my friends that have said this. None of the people I work with or friends that I know that are Michigan State fans have never accused me of this at all. But there is a fan base out there that has flat out said, you know what, if you're a Michigan fan, we don't want you rooting for us. So, as a Michigan fan, I won't root for you. Enough said. You don't want me rooting for you? I won't root for you. All right, moving on to some more action here. We have a night game on ABC, 8 p.m. kickoff. We have the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, 8 wins and 1 loss. They're on the road this week, traveling to Miami, who also has 8 wins and 1 loss. 8 wins and 0 losses. So I felt like this was going to be I didn't feel like it is. And I got him back. It's your That's right. It's your Squeaker game of the week. Squeaker. Okay, away with you, Duck. I feel like this is going to be a really close score in this game, guys. Never been a huge Notre Dame fan, other than liking the movie Rudy. I thought that movie was pretty cool. And we actually watched that in our classroom one year after we read the book that the kids chose. I think I'm going to go with Miami for the win, just because I'm not really a Notre Dame fan. This next game, there was no real reason for. I just wanted put a little more college football on here. And this was a televised game, so that's why I put it on here. No real rhyme or reason for it. We have the 3 wins and 5 losses. Florida State. In the past, they've been known as a fairly good team. This year, they're not all that great. They are traveling to Clemson, who has 8 wins and 1 loss. This is a 3:30 kickoff on ESPN. And one thing, I've haven't done this with my games this year. I haven't put on here whether the team is ranked or not. I'll try and get better about that as the season moves on. But I'm going to go with. I've got Clemson for the win. I don't foresee them having any problems with Florida State. Been getting some requests for hockey. We got some huge hockey fans out there, so I made sure I put a decent amount of hockey games on here for you this week, guys. And I updated most of my scores here. So your sheets, you're going to want to listen closely for this part. Again, this comes down to when I send my sheets out early, there's games that are usually played in between. Hockey plays a lot of games, as you guys know. So I've got to get accurate hockey scores for you. We'll do hockey. Start off with our NHL. NHL teams. So our hockey scores are, as I've said on our sheets, as of Wednesday when I send the sheets out. But I will give you the most accurate, up-to-date scores readings for you as I can as of our recording right now. Thursday for our live audience and Friday for our recorded audience. We have the Columbus. Let's go. Let me see here. Taking a second for these to load. I apologize. All right, we have 9. Okay, so this first game. I seem to have lost my card for this one. Where is it? Alright, sorry guys, I apologize for this, but I appear to have lost my card for this one. I'm not sure where it is. I'll have to make one before tomorrow, I guess. But it's the Columbus Blue Jackets, who have 9 wins, 6 losses, and 1 overtime loss. I'm really sorry I don't have a card for that one right now. The Red Wings. Okay, and they are traveling to the Red Wings, who have 8 wins, 7 losses, and 1 overtime loss. I'm really sorry. I don't know why I didn't have a card for that one. That's an oversight for the Columbus Blue Jackets. I didn't do that on purpose. But this game is at 7 p.m. on FSD, and this is a Saturday game. And you guys know who I got. Detroit Red Wings. Let's go Red Wings. Let's go Red Wings. Let's go Red Wings. I've got the Red Wings for this one. Our next game, we have the New York Islanders. And we'll make sure their record is correct here. Islanders 5-2, 8-5. Okay, their record is 8 wins, 5 losses, and 2 overtime losses. They are traveling to I know I had this one on here. Where the heck is it? Well, this is terrible. I've lost 2 logos. This isn't right. What's going on here? This one I know I have. Somebody's a logo stealer. Always have logos on backup. At least some of them. There it is. I've got the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis Blues have 12 wins and 3 losses and 1 overtime loss. And why am I talking like this? I don't know. This is a Saturday game, 8 p.m. I've got the Blues, baby. Give me those St. Louis Blues. Some college hockey action coming up as soon as I find my messed up logos here. They seem to be getting all misplaced and really shuffled and messed up now. Here we go. We have Minnesota. This is hockey, college hockey now. Minnesota has 7 wins and 3 losses. They are traveling again to the world's greatest college. That's right. We got the 6 wins, 3 losses, 2 overtime losses. Michigan, go Blue Boys. Go Blue. Go Blue. Go, go, go Blue. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Michigan for the win for me in hockey action. Had a special request for this next one. Was asked to put some Western Michigan hockey action on here for you guys. So here we go. Western Michigan. They have 5 wins, 3 losses, 1 overtime loss. They're on the road this week playing Minnesota, University of Minnesota Duluth, who have 4 wins, 4 losses and 2 overtime losses. This is an 8:07 p.m. Puck drops at 8:07 Friday. So I've got Western Michigan for the win there. Continuing on with hockey action. And I believe, let's see here, I believe this is up to date. Let's see, Grand Rapid. Griffins. As of tonight's filming, Grand Rapids Griffins have 6 wins, 6 losses, 1 overtime loss. And they are traveling to the Dallas Stars, who have 8 wins, 7 losses, 1 overtime loss. This is an 8:30. The 8:30 the puck drops Friday night. You know who I got. I got the Grand Rapids Griffins. Let's go, Griffins. Let's go, Griffins. Let's go, Griffins. And our last hockey game of the week, we have the, make sure this one is up to date for you guys. The Wheeling Nailers, they have, I have the record really messed up on this one. They only had 6 wins. I put in an 8. That must have been a typo. I'm sorry about that. 6 wins, 5 losses. 6 wins and 5 losses. They are traveling to the Toledo Walleye, who have 6 wins, 2 losses, and 1 overtime loss. This is a Saturday game, 7 p.m. I've got the Toledo Walleye. Moving into our final games of the week. We have NBA action for you guys. I'm going to pull up these records too because these games could change too, actually. NBA standings. Let's look at that. I think will give me what I need. So we have the Hawks record stayed the same. The Atlanta Hawks, 2 wins and 9 losses. They are traveling to Detroit basketball. The Red Hot Pistons have another win under their belt. They are 8 wins and 3 losses. I have Detroit basketball. And your final actual game of the week, we have the Charlotte Hornets. And their latest record is still the same, 5 wins and 6 losses. They are traveling to the Red Hot, one of my favorite teams, whose record has changed a little bit. The Boston Celtics, who have 10 wins and 2 losses. I've got Boston for the win. So finishing up here, next we have NASCAR action, and then we will pull up what we got going on with NASCAR this week. NASCAR. Let's see. 5 chasing 1 is the headlines off the official www.nascar.com page. So there are 4 championship spots left, and let's see what we got going on here. Okay, this race is in. Oops. This race is in Phoenix, Arizona. The main race will be it is the Monster Energy NASCAR Series Can-Am 500. You can watch it on NBC at 2:30 p.m. on Sunday. So it's a Sunday race, 2:30. We should be able to get the latest standings here for you. Let's look at what we got here. Standings. I'll give you the top, what we have right now. This week's standings. We have... All right, number 1, we have Martin Truex Jr. with 4,168 points. Kyle Busch is in second with 4,118 points. Kevin Harvick is in third place with 4,112 points. Brad Keselowski is in fourth place with 4,111 points. Danny Hamlin is fifth with 4,092 points. Ryan Blaney is 6th with 4,089 points. Chase Elliott is 7th with 4,062 points. Jimmy Johnson is 8th with 4,060 points. Matt Kenseth is 9th with 2,255 points. Kyle Larson is 10th with 2,255 points. That's your standings. The playoff standings, let's look at what we got for that. So clinched for the next round already, we have Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, and Kevin Harvick for sure. So there you go. That's what I have for you for the race. And I'm still going with Kyle Busch as my racer. So I've got Kyle Busch. And that does it for that part of the show. I've got some information for you guys. Fast facts from the Sports Frenzy page that you can follow on. You can follow the Sports Frenzy page on Facebook, and all these top stories you can find there on the page as well. Let's see what I've got this week. So. Headlines. Top of the headlines are several UCLA basketball players are facing serious shoplifting charges in China. Apparently, including, I believe it was LeVar Ball or one of his brothers. But anyway, these guys, shoplifting is pretty serious in China. They're facing prison time over there for if this turns out to be true. So, yeah, difficult time for the UCLA basketball players. Shout out and a warm, huge welcome. This is exciting news. The Whitecaps have a new manager this year, folks. You might recognize this guy. It's our former Tiger, Lance Parrish. Congratulations to Lance Parrish as he is our new Whitecaps manager. Albany is still working on... Albany actually for the Arena Football League. They're the newest team in the Arena Football League, and they have named their head coach. So congratulations goes out to new Albany head coach Rob Keefe. We're looking forward to seeing what Albany can do this year in arena football because I love arena football. Kind of didn't get to see a lot of games last season, so I'm looking forward to catching up on them this year. In a classy move from Rogers Dodgers, the Dodgers took out an ad congratulating the Houston Astros on their huge win in the World Series. So very classy move by the Dodgers. Sad news if you're a fan or a former fan of the Pontiac Silverdome. After much discussion and much turmoil and the place laying in shambles for a long time now, Pontiac has finally approved a permit for the Silverdome to come down. So if you're planning on sneaking in there to get anything that might be left, first of all, you got to get past security. And I've seen videos on YouTube. You can find YouTube videos of people sneaking into Pontiac Silverdome and taking pictures of the place. And I don't know if they come out with anything that's left. But as December 3rd is when Pontiac Silverdome's coming down. And I'm hearing the top dome part of it is going to be an implosion. So they're going to do a little bit of exploding and then tear the rest of it down. They're saying it might take an actual good year to get the place tore down. So, goodbye Pontiac Silverdome, and thank you for your years. Man, you realize that's all our old former places are now pretty much gone. Detroit Tiger Stadium, gone. Pontiac Silverdome's going to be gone, and soon Joe Louis Arena will be gone, and yeah, so all our legendary places, bye. Congratulations to this year's New York City Marathon winner. It's the first U.S. woman to win the New York City Marathon. I'm probably going to butcher her name, but her name is Shalane, I think. Shalane Flanagan. So congratulations goes out to her for winning the New York City Marathon. And some wrestling news, TNA Action / Impact / Global Force Wrestling / whatever they're calling themselves, the flavor of the week. Former WWE referee Earl Hebner has retired or left completely from wrestling. Talked to my my wrestling source and good buddy Will, who is a host of
What, Red?
He's one of the hosts of the wrestling show that I like to listen, Top Rope Review. They're a podcast show that you can follow Sundays at 4 o'clock on Detroit Podcast. And he's another huge wrestling fan, and he thinks he's pretty sure Earl's done, that he's not coming back to WWE like some of the guys do. So, yeah. And NLL, which is the National Lacrosse League action, there's a new team there out of Philadelphia that we've talked about a few times. Well, they are looking for suggestions for their new team name. You have up to the 13th of November to do this. So you can get on their website, official website, if you have a team name that you think would be good for them. You can go over there and check it out and suggest it to them, and it might win. I don't know if you get anything for it if it wins, but you got a shot at it. And our final news this week comes out of NASCAR. Matt Kenseth announcing that he will be taking the 2018 season off. I do believe Matt Kenseth is a big name on our sheets here. If I look back on that, I might have to do some modification changes to our sheets next year for NASCAR, because some of the guys are done. So that's about all I have for you guys this week. If you want to follow more news and action about Sports Frenzy, you can go over to our Facebook page. If you're not already a member of the Sports Frenzy Facebook page, look us up, and one of the administrators, being me, will approve you being on there, so you can get more access to more information on our Facebook page. Also follow us on Twitter. We have the Twitter feed at SportsFrenzy1. All right, that's all I have for you this week, guys. So yeah, again, we got those questions out there. I need you guys to answer for me how you feel at the beginning there about the recap show and stuff. And if not, it's going to be cold this weekend, but get out there and enjoy some sports anyway. We got playoff action. We got lots of good sports going on. Or just spend some time with your family and do what you like to do. Anyway, I'm the coach. Be blessed, everyone. We will talk to you again real soon. Take care and go blue.